here in Facebook, YouTube land. We have not been on in probably like 5 months, 4 or 5 months. Emotionally stable, I understand a rebuke is for love. Because if I don't rebuke you, then I really don't love you. But because I don't feel love, I'm just going to make a decision and leave. No, like there has to be understanding of commitment, right? Like I've grown enough to know she loves me, vice versa, right? But there are days I don't feel the same, maybe love directed. So I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm getting out of here. I'm out of here for a couple days. Like I'm out of here for a week. I need to feel love. Where's the line?
Trying to get this going, because then you have people that their parents might have been like, you know what? I had a girl, but I want a boy. Let's just put an X there, and then I'm gonna make her a girl.
What's going on, Prophet?
Boy, or whichever it is.
Good to see you, man.
Crazy.
Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, I think it's wild. Like
to get in here, I told him to be a little,
nerve-wracking because it's not the same thing. So for me with hair transplants, which I have not gotten, by the way, but I know, but okay, but I know of people that have. I'm sorry.
I will apologize for that. I shouldn't have put your age out there, but I'm sorry.
It's like, no, I'm joking. But,
no, I'm sorry. I know that's a pet peeve, so I apologize.
But
I do apologize for that, seriously. But anyhow, in the basement, I don't care about those scars.
This is a great conversation.
I don't care about that. In the basement, for her birthday.
You do care about scarves. You don't have scarves.
No, I'm just saying I don't care. It's
so
fine.
You do care about it.
On her birthday, we have a basement. We got our basement finished, but in the basement we have like a room. This room, now mind y'all, this room, I actually wanted to make this room my studio.
You talking about the basement?
Yeah.
You was not even thinking about that. Stop it.
Let me finish my statement.
No.
Hold it.
Lay hands on no man's son.
That's not what that means, and you know that,
know,
so be
that's why I
quiet.
said
So
it,
let me
but
finish.
still, no,
Let me
that's
finish.
what- Hey, everyone.
Oh, child, you ain't got no skill.
Welcome to Des and Ya Talks. I didn't know I needed to have skill.
You ain't got skill. Pay the bills. There you go. That's it. That's what somebody ain't got skill.
Okay.
Switch the
Anywho,
camera.
we are. I had a topic. Of course, it is welcome.
Hey,
it
y'all.
is my turn to do the talk.
It's your turn.
But I didn't research, I guess, this topic enough, so I don't think we're gonna
Not
go
enough
this
research,
way.
huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna we'll probably talk about that next time I have talks, just because
Dang,
I
wanna
don't
what you
know.
did research.
I don't know the particulars. I'm not sure if anybody else does, so I don't even know if I should bring it up or not, because I don't.
I'm mad. I don't know what you didn't research now.
know the topic, for sure, like if this really happened or if it didn't. It was just something that was said, that I saw. So yeah, I think we'll wait probably till next time to talk about that, even though we did touch on it before.
Oh, okay.
We'll just
Never mind.
we'll just wait to talk about it. So I'm gonna switch up, and we'll still do, what are, just out of curiosity, of course, what are 10 things that you feel you do every day?
10 things? That's a lot.
Is it?
10? Brush my teeth. Shower. Work out. That's 3, right? Tie my shoes. You asked 10?
Not tie your shoes.
Okay,
up.
fine. 3. Pray. Read or listen to my Bible. 4.
You're at 5.
social media. Play one game on my phone that I play for like 5 minutes before I go to bed. How many am I at?
7.
Kiss you. Call you. That's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Practice.
Okay. I mean, I was wondering if you were gonna say anything, anything about that, but yes.
Oh man.
Cool, cool, cool.
Practice.
Practice. That's every day. Um. So, to jump into our
except for the spring though.
right.
Okay.
To jump into our conversation.
Can't wait.
As we only have 30 minutes, so this will probably not be as long as we did start later tonight anyway. So actually, this conversation shift might be a good thing. So, just thinking about something that people naturally, I guess, drift to or have an issue with. How do you know when something is relevant enough to actually address it and have a conversation with somebody about? Like, for instance, if you had a coworker who did something, who didn't like you, and they did something to you that you felt was, I'm trying to think of something that's not, because the thing is to try to know like what would make it be something that you would address compared to something that you would just be like, oh, you know what, whatever. Like, what do you think those things would be? Like, if you had to think of something, like, for example, a coworker.
This is our
Like
conversation
how,
tonight.
yeah, like, what would you, what would it take for you to feel like you had to address it more so than it be something that you just be like, whatever about?
Ooh, that's good.
Because
Okay,
you,
okay. I got you. So I would say this, me personally. There's a lot of things I kick the can on. I'm just being honest. Because I don't mind confrontation, but I'm non-confrontational. Like I don't invite confrontation. Like some people like confrontation. I don't, but if I have to, I will have to be that. You know what I mean?
okay,
So and also depends upon the measure of what I am to be confrontational. If I can be
the
transparent.
measure of what you are.
Yes. So I be transparent. Like for example, um, I pastor a church. I'm the leader of my high school football team. So if there's something going on with the coaches, which is extremely rare, but when it
Yeah.
happens, I have to address it because I'm the leader. Now at work, I'm an employee, so it's less. That's less
Right.
confrontational that I have to address, right?
Right.
So it really doesn't. So really, I would say 95% of things I really don't address because I really don't have to. And then the things I have to address would have to be something that number one has to come across my desk. Because sometimes, if I could be honest, like if we're talking about me personally, or are we talking about just general things that will happen? Because sometimes there are things that are generally happening. For example, when I'm coaching or pastoring or anything like that, if it doesn't come across my desk or if it doesn't come to me, I don't address it. Like I have to know. I don't be like trying to figure out like certain like if I start trying to dig into every single thing, unless the Lord leads me to, I don't feel the need unless it's brought to me, right? Or unless it becomes something blatant that I see, like physically seeing, and I have to address it. If something happens live on a Sunday morning, I gotta address it. You know what I mean? Like if it happens right
Right.
in my face.
Right.
But then also too as well, football, if there's something that happens, we had a kid one time, kind of snap, cuss out a coach kind of thing openly. So I got to address that because I'm the
Right.
head coach. I have to address that. So it depends upon what's public, what's private. That's a main thing for me.
Okay.
So the main things are if it's public or private. Because if it's open publicly and someone does it out loud publicly, I have to address it because it happened publicly. If it happens privately, I can address it privately with the people I need to address it with privately. That makes sense?
Okay.
Am I going a little
So,
further? Uh oh. Well, we're still here. Let me just go to this camera because the other camera just keeps cutting out. Okay, so what'd you say now?
So basically, if it's something that happens publicly, you address it. If it's private, you don't. So how does that work? Like, let's say if you're not a leader, like let's say out of the leader concept or
Yes.
whatever,
Okay.
like if something happened publicly, would you still address it or no? I know you say you're not a confrontational person at all.
Um.
So, like for instance, if somebody,
Yeah, I'll explain the things that Will won't. If you want me.
oh, okay.
So, if you are,
If you're just joining us, we kind of changed the conversation around just a tad because I didn't fully research
what's the industry?
topic. Well, that's what I was going to talk about.
Okay. So, if you're addressing me, like, okay, so if it's something that you come to me and you confrontation, like someone says to me, like, you know, they attack me personally about character, like one-on-one kind of situation, I care less. Like, I care less, right? If you out here talking about me, especially like around work or something like that, I would bring the person in privately and talk to them like, yo, why are you saying what you're saying? I just need to understand. Unless it's like like one person comes to me and says something to me about it, I can care less. Like that's happened to me before. Like people come to me like, somebody's saying such and such. Somebody says, I'll be like, let them have at it. Like
Right.
you know me and y'all know me, so I don't really care. I don't care. But if it starts becoming like a narrative, like from if an admin comes to me and says to me, yo, this is what's happening, or this is what, then now I'm like, wait a minute. Now y'all know me, and then I'll have to address the person like, why are you bringing this to, like, because I don't really get offended easily. It take a lot for me to get offended. So I don't, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Like at the end of the day, to me, what affects me is whatever she calls me and however my kids feel about me and how my God feels about me. That's it. I'm about to say something crazy. I'm about to say the rest of y'all. No, I'm messing. And my mother and my mother-in-law, father-in-law, like people like that, like and different, like family. You know what I mean? Even my own dad, like different ones, how they feel. That matters to me. Outside of everybody else, my brother, how he feel about me. Like, but outside of that, like I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing too. That's why I'm so non-confrontational, because I don't get offended easily about how people feel about me.
Right.
That's my real answer.
Right.
So that's why I said 95% of the time I really don't address things.
Right.
Okay.
That's funny too, because it really is, like for me it's the same way regarding who says it. Like that always matters. Like if you say something, or like you said, my mom, somebody like that that's close to me, that I actually care about their thoughts, then
good point. You just said something very good. Can I say something? Because I want to make sure. Can I interrupt you? Because you said something so good. No, keep going. No, keep going. I remember it. Keep going. Now pencil in. Keep going.
Now you jacked me up.
Sorry.
But yeah, outside of that, like if I actually cared about what they said, because honestly, people say things and do things often just out of people being people. So like you said, if we get caught up or think about, really what they're saying or how they feel or, different things, then it's like, why? Because it really doesn't matter. It's not affecting me. You just go over there, you talk, you do what you got to do, and that's it. Compared to like, I mean, if it's a relationship, like if it's one of my friends or somebody close to me, of course I'm going to listen, but I would want to have a conversation about like, okay, well, why do you feel this way? Or why are you saying this? But outside of that, like just random people or people that I'm around, people that I'm associate with, if they say something, like, again, it's according to who it is, because some people can say stuff and it's just like, oh, okay, it's just like goes in the air. But some people can say stuff and it's actually like, okay, let me think about that, to think, maybe let me see if that's really, that might be true. I'm gonna take your thought into your opinion into consideration. But then at the end of the day, if I take it, it doesn't matter that long. It's kind of like I'll take it, I'll evaluate, and then if it don't make sense, just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, but that just didn't make sense. Compared to like if you say something to me, it's like, okay, like it takes thought, and it's like, yo, you're really saying it. And I think it depends too how you say things, because you have people like you say stuff out of love, like you say stuff because you want to correct somebody or you want to help somebody, because we always talk about this, right? Like correction is necessary, right? Saying things and being honest with people is like a necessity, because that's the only way you can grow. If I'm out here just like, oh, you did a great job doing such and such, it's nice to say, that you do good or to acknowledge the good, but you also have to acknowledge the parts that, okay, maybe we need to work on this. And that's with everybody. Maybe we need to work on that.
Please
maybe
don't
we need
get
to grow into
that
this.
That part's interesting now. My mind's running to a whole lot of different things.
But the reality of it is it matters. So it's funny that you say I don't know if I'm confrontational. I am. If you, I think you're
not confrontational.
I'm good with like, I'll wait for a while, and then if it keeps coming up, I'm gonna have to address it. Like, let me, But Jesus is helping with that. But
so you just said something. No, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't care about what people may
Lonnie.
feel or think, like especially at work, or because again, there's things that have to shape environments. Like, so my coaching staff, I do have to care about the things they think about on a coaching level. You follow?
Right, on a coaching level.
But on a character level or different things like that, I can take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I've had people say I'm the worst person, like one of the worst people. I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes it'll come from, like, I didn't play your child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, like, it's like, you're the worst person. Like,
right.
Because, let's get to the grain of it. Because, this one didn't play, that one didn't do this. Like, so, like, it's a lot of different variables to it. So I like, that's why you have to know who you are in anything that you're doing.
Right.
And it goes back to the, like, you knowing really, 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 really who you are.
Yeah.
But this is important. You said something. You said about you care about, do I care about their thoughts? So I want to bring that up because there are a lot of people I care about, right? There are a lot of people I care about. I care about what they're thinking to a degree, but I don't really care to the fact that it'll affect my day to day.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Like, because you just said something. Like, I care about a lot of people, but I can't care about everybody's thoughts because you can't control people's thoughts.
Yeah.
I can't control about
and
how
people,
somebody feels about me at work. I can't control about how a student feels about me at my job. I can't control about how someone feels about me that I pastor. I can't control that. Right. You know what I mean? Like, in all aspects of everything that I do, from the kids to the coaches to those that are partnering with us at KO, to everything in my life, one of the things I've learned and I've developed is, and it's going to sound real rude, I care about people, but I've learned how to have a lack of caring about what people think.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to, because that will steer the way you do things, and it will steer the way you feel about your structure or your motivation or your movement, because then you become what God never intended, because you're always focused on what people are thinking.
Right.
And sometimes that could be a default, and sometimes that could be a detractor to leaders.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it could detract leaders from what their assignment is, right? Yeah. You're not a president, which I don't want to talk about that situation, but what just happened this week. But a president, right?
I didn't get the whole context
of that. Oh, man, either. We're not going to deal with that right now.
I said I was going to look.
I want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it from a different context when I talk about it.
Okay.
Can I take a 2-minute pause in this?
Sure.
We got
12 minutes.
I want to talk about it when we talk about it. What I want to talk about, because a lot of church folk are going crazy and they're waiting for people who that are in church to, like, recant, renege on, you supporting this guy and all this, and supporting the president. I'm sorry saying this guy, but the president and all this stuff like that. What I really want to talk about.
I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, I don't know the full. I think
what people want people to do is.
Can we say that, or we can't say? I need to research it.
There was a picture that surfaced on his Twitter or Instagram account, and the picture I'm trying not to get flagged. It don't matter. We ain't got no people watching him.
No, it's okay.
A picture surfaced up on him. He put it on his. He tried to say it wasn't him now, but he always controls his own situation. But on his Instagram, Twitter, something like that, and the picture had. It was a whole video, but he only showed this one picture.
I think I saw
the
like
Obamas.
Okay. I didn't really
with their
look
head
at it though.
on monkeys.
I didn't know he did that. I think I saw a picture
No,
and I didn't
no, he
understand
didn't make
what
the
was going
video.
on.
Somebody made a video, and then he shared it.
Oh gosh.
And that picture. So, but my thing is this, right? There are people that are
Child,
like,
we already know who Trump is.
but see, but that's not my issue. My issue is there's two issues I have. Number one, this is where pastors on like I am not a fan of supporting either side of the aisle. I will listen. If someone, please, somebody correct me if this happens to me, but when we get bigger and we have churches, hey Tifa, when we have leaders, or presidential leaders, mayor leaders, and I want to make sure, and I'm telling y'all, someone correct me if this happens to me in any day, shape, or form. I want to make sure that I will allow them to come and speak to our people at any time, but I'll be very careful not to endorse them. Because once you endorse somebody from a pulpit perspective, people automatically believe that you believe in their character. You follow what I'm saying? So anything they do character wise, that means that you'll support them. So there are things that people on the Democratic side and Republican side do that is not supportive of the person's character. Now, if you support the person and their character and you know them, that's different. For example, Bishop knows Cory Booker. So he supports Cory Booker often because he has a relationship with Cory Booker. They've been friends for years. That's a different monster, right? But for me, I don't like the endorsing because our job is not to take sides. Our job is to say whatever God says.
Yeah.
So that's where the mistake is, number one. Number two, the other mistake is everybody's like up in arms, like ready to fight each other over this. How about we pray? Okay, I know. And a lot of folks don't want to hear that. They're ready to fight. How about we pray for the state of the church and the state of the people? Like, just pray. No, but this is the problem. This goes back to the problem. The problem goes back to people that made a decision to pick sides. And then also, like, I think that the church folk, we got to be careful because it's no surprise, but we have to pray. Like, if I get up and tell people, you need to pray for this person, the person that's in leadership of this country. If I say that to people, it's sad that church folk get mad about that. Like, the difference with our country and the situations that are in the Bible is there was no voting. So when a king took over another king, Daniel didn't take a side of that king. He said, look, I'm going to keep praying. Y'all can put a decree up. I'm going to pray. I don't take a side. I follow God. And I think the side taking is messing up. And number two, Daniel prayed for the king that transformed himself into godliness. And he prayed for the kings that were the most wicked in the world. He did not shift on that. And that's my problem with the demographic of the church, because the church does not want to pray for this individual at all. They just want to kill him, And I'm like, wait a minute. That's the difference in us compared to other people. Pray for those that despitefully use you. Pray for those that don't care about you. But the church has gotten to this animal where we just dog eat dog. But I'll leave that alone. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so we were talking about. So yes, I don't care. Sorry, I care about a lot of people, but I don't. I've learned how not to care about the thoughts. I can't jump into people's minds.
Right.
I remember there was times, and we talk about it from a preacher perspective. I remember there was times where I would try to preach, like as I was preaching, like preach something that will help change certain people's minds. I remember doing that, like in my like my years of preaching early on and pastoring early on. And I remember the Holy Ghost being like, you ain't going to change that. Like, however, whatever's in the mind, the Holy Ghost, the only thing going to do with it. You can't get up there and be like, oh man, I'm going to preach this, is going to change their mind. No, it ain't. Because if it's in their soul, it don't matter what you preach. You've already been shut down. Right. So I've learned to just say what the Holy Ghost wants me to say and let the chips fall where they may. That rhymed, y'all. Okay. Right. Go ahead.
So just resetting the room.
Yeah, I know. I'm all over now.
No, it's okay. It was good. So
exactly. The church don't pray, who will? Exactly.
We were talking about just certain things that would cause you, or that you would feel would make you address certain issues. So just in like I know you said if something happened publicly and not privately. So just in like general with just dealing with people. I know sometimes there's things that are on our minds multiple times, right? You have like a little issue or tiff with somebody, whether it be at work, whether it be in your family, whether it be at church. And a lot of times you just keep that there and you don't say anything. So that's not public, but it's private. But you wouldn't say anything, you just let that keep going. Or do you feel
Yes.
like,
Yeah, yes,
see,
because I
I
know.
can't
Well,
after a
no.
while. Like I have to, like after a while, I'm
But it
like,
depends. But see, to
not and not
me,
in a rude way, but it's
but
just
what
like,
is it though?
let
Like,
me just say, are you, is everything
it
okay?
all depends upon what it is.
That's true, but I
Because to
think you still
me,
should address it if it's staying on your heart, because then
yes,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
get like you
So
can't
that
do
means,
anything about that.
here it is. You ready?
I'm ready.
Like, that's what I'm saying. There's levels of caring. So that means you do care.
No, I'm talking. I'm sorry. I'm getting back to the original conversation, which is
Okay.
what if, like, what would it take for you to address something, or what do you feel would happen if you what would happen that would cause you to feel like you need to address something? So I'm just
Okay.
talking about just in general, because you said something happened publicly as a coach or as a
Okay.
pastor.
I'll use a
That's
coaching.
different
I'll use a
compared
coaching.
to like just somebody just in general that like maybe it's my friend and I just have like now we're not friends
Okay.
because I
I'll
have
use.
like this little issue that has been bothering me and I
Good.
don't address it compared to like I'm just holding on to it like because a lot of times people would be like, oh, you know what, let me pray about this, and it's good, like we of course we should pray about it, but sometimes you also have to open your mouth and address some things.
Okay. So good. Here
And
we
not
go.
saying it's so much,
Here we
you're
go.
trying
All
to
right.
do it, but it's just like, and sometimes it doesn't clear the air too sometimes if you do address it. So that's the interesting part about it. But it clears the air. I know for me, like when I say it, it makes me feel better.
Child, can I? What?
Like, let's
Okay.
talk.
Okay. So I'm gonna use a coaching perspective. Okay. I had a situation one time coaching. I've
But
been
we were
coaching now
saying
for
not
7 years.
from a
No,
leadership.
I'm using an example. This I wasn't the leader at the time. I've been coaching before I had coaching. I've been an assistant coach. I'm using it as an example.
Okay.
Child, I don't sometimes if I could be really transparent on our live right now because we not in church. Sometimes I don't even like bringing up church in my head because
Yeah.
people won't think you're talking about them.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's just true.
I
The
mean,
church folk think that all the
done
time.
knew so many people. How could you
But I know
even
that. But that's
know?
what happens sometimes
I'm about to talk about
with
somebody
church
right
folk.
now. So y'all say.
No, but that's what happens sometimes. If I can be honest, though,
No,
church
I'm
gets
sure.
really
I'm
like,
sure.
somebody think, no, we're not.
Maybe
So
we are.
no,
Sorry.
I'm not. So I had a situation one time with assistant coach situation, and I remember I basically noticed there was like a distance happening within the relationship that I had with another coach, and I was like, "Yo, you good?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm
Right.
good." And I was like, "Nah, no." I'm like, "Yo, something been going on. Like, you kind of changed. You've been changed over the last 3 weeks. You ain't even talk like we are in coaching. What's happening? Blah 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 blah." Because I really laid it out. I said, "Yo, what's going on?" And then the person ended up open up and saying, you said something I felt was like offensive. I don't understand why you said blah blah blah. So we ended up talking. I'm like, well, it wasn't like that. I wasn't thinking. And then we cleared the air.
Good.
So, but I'm saying it depends upon, like I said, the effect, who you are, how often. Because mind you, I was with this person every day coaching. So it's like we can't be in here coaching and then be like no, what's going on, bro? Because
Right.
like
Right.
if there's something that you can't get right and we can't get right, then at least I know. Like
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
know what the can't get right is so we can understand and whatnot. But we with each other every day in this room sweating for 2 hours. I gotta understand what's going on, and I need you to just share with me and figure this thing out so that we can coach effectively and it's not affecting us having conversations on because if it was really bothering some
The live go off. There we go.
There it is.
I had to refresh the screen.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys can still hear us.
They will in a minute, probably.
Testing. 8, 9, 10. No, right? Be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there you go.
See, I need to refresh the screen. Child, why we got Exodus down there? What you doing?
Oh, I didn't put that.
That was from there saved.
I think when
No,
you went
wasn't.
back in, it was on there. Was it on there earlier?
I don't know.
I forgot what you were saying now.
I forgot what I was saying too. I was just saying addressing the air though. Like when I said like.
Oh, you was talking about your coaches and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was able to address it and we was fine because sometimes, we might be able to coach together.
Right.
Maybe you don't like me for real, but if you don't, at least we can coach and know we don't like each other and then we won't really talk after practice, but we make sure we do everything we got to do to help coach these kids.
We can coach, but we don't like.
You know what I mean? Like we
That's
can't
funny.
allow that to enter. We can't allow that to interfere.
Right.
Man, it's about to be a whole
That's
thing. I feel
funny
like the Holy
because
Ghost.
it's so.
We can't allow that to interfere with our ability to be able to coach these kids.
Right.
So like, if you're gonna coach, I'm gonna coach. We're gonna be on the same staff. Like we got to come together with coaching.
Yeah.
But then once we get off this field, if you don't like me, we ain't gotta talk. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta go sit down, hang out in the office and have.
Exactly.
But when it comes to coaching, that's what we both came here for.
Right.
We both came here to help coach. We both love kids. We both love. So this brings up a whole nother dynamic.
It does.
Because I was going to, that brings up a dynamic when it comes to not just work, but it brings up a dynamic when it comes to church. But I ain't going to bring that one up.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because we don't want nobody to think that'd be tough.
But that's,
you know
that's
what?
a unique dynamic, though.
That is so funny because, yeah, I'm not going to get into that because, yeah.
No,
but
that's a unique dynamic, though, to
necessary
think about that from a church
sometimes,
perspective.
To talk about certain things like that because
It
people
is.
think about it, but it's like
Let's talk. You want to talk about it for 10
because-
minutes, or we over time now? No, it's interesting
off for a
because
minute.
I think there is a dynamic in church. If I could just talk, I'm gonna talk now. We on our live. I don't care
This
now.
will be part one.
I think there's a dynamic. I think we need to talk about these kind of conversations. You just said it. I think there's a dynamic
do it on
in
my-
church that's so different than the dynamics of being in like structural environments like work, right? And the reason why I say that is because at work, like you're forced to work with people that you may or may not like to a degree, right? But then but there's a commonality of what we're trying to accomplish to certain degrees. Like for example, when I'm coaching, thank God my coaching staff, we all get along. We all good. All 13 of us, 14 of us, including me. We all cool. Everybody ain't all singing kumbaya all the time, but we're all good. Nobody got no problem with nobody. Ain't nobody fighting nobody. Ain't none of that, right? We have our little, when we're trying to figure out schemes, we'll argue over different things. That's normal. That's any coaching staff will do that, right? But I think when it comes to church, I think the first blow we get from a person within, right? It don't have to be from the leader. It could be from anybody. I think the first blow we get, we automatically assume we want to no longer be connect. Like there's a disconnect. I'm not talking about our church. I'm talking about churches. I've been in church my whole life. I think the times and if I could be honest, I think the times we live in now is totally different because I remember when there was disconnects in churches when I grew up and everybody just kind of was like, all right, y'all, get it together. And just, and that's what happened because I don't think the spirit of the bunny was around.
Right.
When we grew up, everybody that I grew up in church was all at the church. I think all my life I had to fight. All my life growing up in church, I think I saw the same people outside the people that kept coming or joined. I saw the same folk, right? Maybe, here and there, a few people might have left, but it wasn't like the consistent bunny hop we see today. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I don't think we know how to handle conflict well.
Yeah, I think it's that. And two, I think it's the reality of what you believe in and how much you believe in it. Because
that's true
like
too.
Even growing up and stuff, it was like you just had this belief and this reverence for God that it was like, okay, well, I care about it that much that I'm not going to allow this to pull me all the way away. But I'm still going to work towards this.
Correct.
Where now people are looking for ways and different things to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, or to be offended.
Yes.
Or so they have a sob story to say,
but church
the
is
church hurt
voluntary.
me, or this, that, like people are looking for that, which
Right.
is crazy, and it sounds crazy, but you have people that are actually looking for a reason to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go, I can't deal with this, I'm just gonna go. You know what I mean? Compared to if it's something like before, it was just like, no, this is what I was built in, this is my foundation, this is what I'm gonna stick to. And
Right.
come conflict or whatever might happen, I'm still going to do that because I believe in the end goal. I believe in the vision. I believe in that I'm doing this unto God. And a lot of times now people don't do stuff unto God. It's more so I do it unto myself until myself gets offended, or until myself can't have a platform here, or until my gift isn't being seen at a certain. So it's a whole bunch of different elements that are at work in different people, not everybody. Now, but in different individuals at different churches and in different churches, because it's not like I'm doing this unto God. Because when we do stuff unto God, it means I believe God that much and I trust God that much. Like, you sent me here, you put me here, this is where I'm going to stay, right? I have that dedication and I have that, okay, I'm going to do this, compared to, oh no, I'm just going to do, I'm going to do it till it doesn't feel right to me, or I'm just going to do what's good for me and not.
Child, we open up a whole nother. This is good. We can probably do a part 2 of this part conversation. Yeah. Because I think it's a dynamic of 2 different things. I think it's a dynamic of these kind of conversations we need to have sometimes. I think there's a dynamic of, I think it's twofold though. I think also you could blame senior leadership today. And here's why. The reason why I say that is because back in the days of my grandfathers, if you left a church, you had to require, now see, people consider this control, but this is what happened. When you left, you had to have a letter from your former pastor of where you were coming from to be like, this person's okay. That was formal.
No, I know.
That was like, I don't know where that dropped off, but that was actually the way it had to be done. But now
it dropped it off when people was trying to take other people's people and they didn't care.
That's what. But I think now,
come on over here.
Yeah. Listen, I've never asked nobody to ever like. I've never asked nobody like, I need you to come. Like that's never my flow. It never has been. But I think now, that dynamic has changed because pastors just want folk. So they don't care. Not all pastors are clean. Let me make sure I'm being as clean now. I'm not saying all pastors are like this, because I'm not. But I think that's part of the dynamic too. So it's not just the people. I think it's the whole situation. And then the other thing is, last thing I will say, I think pastors are nervous to be offensive, and goes back to what you said, confrontational, because people say they want you to say something, but then at the end of the day, be like, so you say it, it's like, I'm out of here, I'm leaving, I'm going. Like, so pastors also think through that. I know, because I've had conversations with a lot of pastors. So some of them are nervous to be confrontational, because immediately that's going to, anytime you have to bring up anything, it's like, because it's voluntary in people's minds, they have the bunny.
Yeah.
So they can, at any moment jump, So I think there's a dynamic of, when do you, going back to the original conversation, when do you bring up stuff, when you don't bring up stuff? And sometimes, I'll be honest, a lot of people are very calculated. I'm calculated in the regards of, like I said, I don't like confrontation if it's not needed. And if it's public, I have to deal with it based upon certain things. But a lot of times, I'm very, very, very hard to offend. I am. It takes a lot to offend me.
Yeah, I think if it's not, yeah, like we talked about earlier, if it's not a certain person, then like somebody could be like, say the rudest thing, and it's just like, oh, okay, thanks for sharing.
Thank you for telling me that today.
Thank you. I appreciate. Let me take a moment, think about it, and then it's just like whatever. But yeah, everybody is not, and I think that's necessary, especially in leadership in any type. Like, can't be bound by the thoughts of people, because people are going to think whatever. Like, you can paint somebody's toenails like 67 times, and then on the 68th time you don't paint it, they like, oh, you didn't paint my. So it's like, that's very true. Can't do everything. Why'd you go to the spa?
That was funny. Painting toenails. What happened?
I guess I'm thinking about leadership.
Think about the spa? Painting toenails.
you can't please everybody. And I think that's a thing that I think
Ooh, I
in
learned
leadership and even pastoring, I think that's something that you have to be comfortable with.
Yes.
Like knowing everybody is not going to always like you. Everybody is not always going to be happy with you.
Yes.
And you can't adjust yourself based on their opinions because you don't know where their opinions are coming from, right? Their opinions could be coming from offense. Their opinions could be coming from what happened in their past. Their opinions can be coming from a conversation they had. Like there's so many different places that it can come from that you have to be comfortable to say, okay, and also always evaluating ourselves. Okay, did I say it out of love? When I said it, was it supposed to be like, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes, you'll feel bad about certain things. And it's like, sometimes God will get you back into reality. Like you can't stay in that mindset or allow somebody to change who God called you to be.
Yeah.
Especially as long as you're not out here like intentionally trying to hurt somebody or make somebody feel bad or anything like that, that's a whole different story. But if your intention is to help somebody or correct somebody or to just share, how you're feeling in honesty, you can't do anything about that because a lot of people don't like honesty and they don't like the truth. And when you say it, it's like, so you have to be careful, but at the same time, like all of us have to be willing to take that correction and that honesty and grow from it. And I think people don't want to do that. People rather just run from it and act like it's not going to come back in your face in a year, or when you run somewhere else, or when you do something else, it's going to come up again. And eventually you're going to have to face it. But yeah.
Ooh, shoot.
Eventually you have to be confrontational.
All right, we're way over time. 43 minutes.
I know we went off for a minute. That's why I gave the extra. Oh, you trying to watch something?
No, I'm about to do some more work.
Okay, y'all. Thank you guys for getting on. If they did that now, nobody would be in church about writing no letters.
Oh man, listen. I listen.
Nobody have a.
You're right, because folks will just quit church.
TV on.
Folks will watch
online.
Media. I see. That's what I'm saying. So many dynamics have created so many different monsters.
And some people do that. Some people, their church is like, not saying it's online, but some
I was just talking
like for them, it's just going to every service that comes online.
Child,
like not even just one, like not even joining. I'm not saying like they joined somewhere or they said I'm gonna be a part of this. No, it's just, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Fred Hammond right now. I'm gonna watch Joel Osteen. Oh yeah,
listen,
Kim Burrows.
I just talked to 2 to 3 people in the last 2 weeks in the state of New Jersey. I was like, yo, where do you go to church? And they was like, oh man, I'm a part of Philip Anthony Mitchell Church. I was like, really? Like, I'm talking about just in the last week in this state. In the last week or 2 weeks, it's about 2 or 3 people that just like, oh yeah, I watch Philip Anthony Mitchell. I'm like, wow. like, I mean, believe me, I'm not knocking it. I love it. I do like online. It's cool. It's great. We have online members. I'm all for it. They're more accountable to us because we're smaller, so I know them. They know me. But I'm telling you, if people had to hand a letter, if somebody was like, you got to give your letter to your next, like, for you to leave here, you got to give a letter to the pastor. You got to leave here with a letter. They'd be like, leave with a letter? Oh, I'll be online, man. Forget all that, man. I'm going to be out here watching on this TV.
Right.
Online, I'm going to get my gospel. I'm going to get my word. I'm going to hear it. And not give and just move on.
Wait, but what's funny is if the pastor, like say if Philip Anthony Mitchell had to write a letter about the online person he never met. It's like, oh, what I'm supposed to write. That's the funny part about it. But thank you guys for jumping on. Thanks for conversating with us a little bit.
Thank you.
We were on a little bit later, so sorry about that. But we will see you guys next week. You have the conversation. Woo.
Yeah, this was interesting.
I know. It was last minute. I had to change it up. So I'll try to research. I'll try to research so we can have the conversation that was originally intended.
All right, y'all.
Next time.
Catch y'all on the flip.
Night. Get some rest.
All right.
Dang,
Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh my gosh, it's kind of late, y'all.
It is late. Good night.